Coach, on Saturday, Miami beat Kent 79-63. What's Miami continuing to do well right now?
I thought it was a nice win in front of a great crowd on one Miami weekend. It's interesting. We always tell our team, like, sometimes when you watch the film, it's worse or it's better than you think. And what I got from that film was a lot of positives of, some of our kids coming off the bench. I thought Christian Levering was tremendous. Alexis Straw, who's battled some injuries, came in and had 5 rebounds in a short amount of time. Savannah was very efficient in what she did, and it was great from that side of things. And then there's a whole lot of things to work on. I think we addressed that with the team this week of just like how hungry are you to get better in these last 6 weeks. And there's so many things from our defensive positioning to our offensive execution. I thought we fouled too much against Kent State. So the great thing is you don't just come in the next day after a win and say, okay, we made it. So we're excited to obviously tackle this week, and it will be a challenging week for sure.
Against Kent, Miami put up the most single-game points of the season so far. I know we talk a lot about Miami's defense, but how did its offense kind of prove its potential a little bit in that game?
Yeah, I think we just shot it a little bit better. We got some easier shots, hit some timely outside shots. I thought Lauren Dickerson was very confident sharing the basketball and then getting her own, which is a nice key. And we don't dwell too much as long as we're getting our shots in and finding ways to run our offense a little bit better. We don't necessarily look at the point total at the end of it, but I think we have to continue to put the ball in the basket, especially as we play some teams who can really score the basketball.
This week you're on the road twice, starting on Wednesday with Ohio, who has the top record in the conference right now at 6-1. What is your message to the team in practice as you prepare for this kind of longer road stand than you're used to?
We have a great opportunity this week to go to Athens, and obviously a rivalry game, Battle of the Bricks and all sports, and OU's really good. I mean, 1 loss on the year, high-octane offense. What's interesting about them is they've had multiple people, at least 5 people, who can put up big games and big numbers. And, Erica Johnson has been tremendous, whether she's coming off the bench or thrown into the starting lineup. And then, the talent level of Hooks and Burke, and then Dosick obviously playing like a veteran and the way she shoots the basketball and leads her team. So it's going to be a challenge. I hope we're hungry to get back on that road and have that, road warrior mentality, but it's going to test our defense. We got to stay composed for 40 minutes. And like I said, improve from Kent State.
Kind of different from some teams that have 1 player or 2 players that is used to scoring. They have 4 players in MAC play that are averaging over 10 points. How are you adjusting your defensive strategy in order to kind of cover all areas on the court and not focus on 1 or 2 players?
I think their success is just their balance, and it reminds me a little bit of Central Michigan. Obviously 2 very different styles of how they score and how they play, but all 5 people on the court have to be defending and be in constant communication and have an awareness. They run, things that make you, pay attention to the weak side. They're very good getting to the rim, and then obviously they've always relied on, making threes. So we're going to have to build on last year. I think one thing when we start building our program, we got some confidence last year with beating teams that we hadn't beaten a long time. And, we have some veteran players back that went through that last year. And as much as it's a very different year, OU is very talented. We have to bring our confidence on the road. And, those rivalry games are all about grit and toughness. And, can you shut a couple of their things down and just play with a lot of passion and inspiration as we move into, obviously, the end of January, move into February.
Looking at Ohio's stats, they have some very good stats all around, but one thing that I noticed is that they tend to be out-rebounded by their opponent, even if they are coming out with the win. How, as Miami's team is very aggressive by nature, how can you use this to your advantage to hopefully exploit that area?
Yeah, a little bit with OU and their rebounding is their style, and they prefer to get people back on defense, and so that's going to eliminate a few more offensive rebound opportunities. And I think that's one area they've improved from last year on, and I know that was a focus for them. And we still have to stay to our staples of being hard-nosed on the defensive end, rebounding on both sides of the ball, and see if we can get some extra possessions that way. We've been up and down with that. Some games we've really dominated for a half and then couldn't put a second half together, and it's something we're always talking about and working on, and hopefully with our size we can take advantage of that. But it doesn't matter if we're playing OU or anybody else. The rebounding battle is key on every night.
What do you hope to get out of these 2 road games before you return home for your crowd next week?
Yeah, we're excited. I think we got the opportunity with our bye week and a couple home games to kind of, collect ourselves and get back into the flow with school and everything. But, we've talked about how we have to be the same team at home as we are on the road and even bring a little bit more toughness. And whether it's Ohio U on Wednesday or then moving forward to going up to Western Michigan, which is a trip for us, we're going to have to stay together and have that, mental toughness and that grit for the rest of the week.
Thank you. Good luck this week.
Thank you.